Hey everybody, doing part one of this week's roundup because I'm off for the whole week. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to end up getting listened to. So I figured I'd just go ahead and get some of it out of the way today and then do the rest on Thursday like I usually do. So we'll go ahead and start with the CDs. Faith No More, King for a Day, out in 1995. I'm not sure how many albums in this is for the discography. Something I was actually telling my wife earlier tonight was that Faith No More is kind of like the perfect band because they do a little bit of funk, they do a little bit of heavy, they can do some hip hop, they can do just a variety of different things. So they kind of just like fit the mold of, like, you know how like sometimes you're like, I don't know what I'm in the mood to listen to. Am I in the mood to listen to something a little heavier, or something with some really cool bass lines or whatever? And Faith No More, I think, could pretty much check the box every time. Next up, one of my favorite live albums, Live in Athens, Iced Earth. Fantastic live album. Then a EP, covers EP from Napalm Death, Follow Leaders Not Followers. This is pretty much all like hardcore and hardcore punk covers. And then Silent Universe from Slave Agent, a Canadian thrash band. Excellent stuff. I know they have at least 2 albums. Maybe they've put out a third one since the last time I looked, but really good stuff. Acoustic EP from Godsmack, Awake. Kind of a mini live album from Judas Priest, Touch of Evil. Appears to be from their Nostradamus tour. 11 songs, a couple of them from the Nostradamus album. Another live album, Destruction, Live Without Sense. And then some power metal with Falconer, Grime versus Granger. This is my favorite of their albums. I want to say this is their 4th album. But it's their only album with the vocalist that was on this album, who, I don't have glasses with me, so I might not be able to see this. Probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it anyway. Well, I actually don't know if I see it. The credits on here. Yeah, so there's the guy's name. Maybe you can make it out and maybe pronounce it, I don't know. But overall, their discography is pretty good though. So going to the vinyl, Eld from Enslaved, black metal band, I believe out of Norway. I'm not sure what year this came out originally. I think this is a 2017 repress. But fantastic. Doesn't follow the maybe what you would say typical black metal path as far as like anti-Christian, satanic kind of stuff. They blend folk metal along with the black metal, so it's a very good, interesting blend there. And then, as far as I know, still the most recent effort from Candlemass Sun, Evil Sun, my favorite doom metal band. This came out in 22. Fantastic album from the guys like from Sweden. And then we got some American metal, Anthrax, Sound of White Noise, the first and my favorite with John Bush on vocals. Then we got some German thrash. This is more like a groove metal album for them. Accuser. The album's called Agitation. And this was re-released in 23, originally released in 2010. And then we get some Prong with The Cleansing. Fantastic album. 90 something was when this came out. I don't think they have a bad album. The first of two major label releases from White Zombie, Sex or Sisto, however you pronounce it, Devil Music Volume 1, which was 90, I guess it says 1992. I really should have grabbed my glasses before I started this. And the debut from Bay Area crossover band Hyrax, Raging Violence, originally out in 1985. This is an original copy or original pressing. Next, a more modern band. This guy's done a lot of albums, not just with the band that I'm about to show, but a lot of other projects and stuff as well. And for this particular project, I think he's put out over the last several years, like 2 a year. But this is Beautiful Distraction from Haunt. Quite a few LPs and EPs from this project. I cannot remember the name of the guy. I'm pretty sure I've checked in here and I don't think it tells. I think he has a session drummer and that's pretty much it. He does enlist other musicians for live performances. I don't think he does very many because he's just so busy with all the projects that he's got going on. This was out on Church Records, so check this out. Haunt, excellent traditional metal. And then one of my favorite albums of all time. Can't go that long without listening to And Justice for All by Metallica. And then the final studio album for the Dio band. This one came out in 2004, The Master of the Moon. And of course, I think it was 2008 when he did the Heaven and Hell Devil You Know record. And of course, in 2010, he passed away. And how about some Black Sabbath with Sabbath Bloody Sabbath? Fantastic album. Doesn't come close to the first four, but still a really good album in its own right. And finishing things up with Entombed Wolverine Blues. This is their third album. This came out, I don't know why I'm bothering to try and look to see, to be honest. Recorded in 92, 93, so probably released in 93. Their third album. It's on Earache Records. This is a little bit of a departure from the first two, which are more straight up death metal, and this is more in the vein of that death and roll style that they and Carcass and 6 Feet Under kind of made famous. Really good album though. So that's it for the first half of this week's roundup. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and God bless.